Gemini, I'm going to do a preceding the Chinese New Year reading, which is about limiting beliefs that we might want to let go of. So what is the limiting belief holding Gemini back? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Not feeling you can make a change. What is the impact of maintaining this belief? We've got the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Swords. What can I do to release this belief? Sun has just come out, so nice. The King of Pentacles in reverse. And what is possible when I release this belief? And we'll add some new cards to this afterwards. We've got the High Priestess. She was in the reverse, that's interesting. But I think she's one of those cards where even when you have her in the reverse, she's still meaning sort of similar. So we've got two majors, one ace, a king and a 10. So, and the 10 of Wands is similar to this 10 of the Wheel of Fortune as well. So there is a relationship between them. So the limiting belief is something to do with what they're holding you back is the feeling that you can't, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, that you can't get these cogs moving in your favor, that you don't know how to jump in, or you're not sure what move to make. But what is the impact of maintaining this belief is the Ace of Swords with the Ten of Wands, that I feel like it's a kind of, you're constantly having to cut through a sense of burden with this Ten of Wands in reverse. No, it's almost like you're not really that interested in life, that you're having to, that there's, with the Ace of Swords being this kind of very positive, new, fresh start, but with the Ten of Wands in reverse, it's like it doesn't gain traction. It doesn't go from the 1 to the 10, that your new thoughts aren't building somehow. They're not becoming this obsession. We obviously don't want to see you overburdened, but they feel like they're not getting anywhere because we're not getting with these new thoughts to a place where you think, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump in and make this change. Instead, they sort of, they fall flat somehow. What can I do to release this belief? King of Pentacles in reverse. It might be to do with not trying to go for the full Monty to start with, thinking I've got to be the big daddy, the big sort of huge provider looking after everyone. Or it might be stopping trying to look after everyone for a moment, thinking more about yourself. Let's see, we'll add some cards. And then what is possible when I do release this belief? The High Priestess, who, as I said, was in the reverse, but it feels as if you will intuitively, because she's got her sword, which she doesn't normally do in the decks. I feel like you intuitively will start to know from a kind of upside down space what it is you need to do. It's almost like with her in the reverse, there's a sort of retiring of something quite kind of amorphous, and I think you might become a bit more definitive, maybe. So let's pull some Rider-Waite to go with these. So the Wheel of Fortune, talk to us about this limiting belief that's holding Gemini back. We've got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups to go with that. So is it because you are torn between what it is you love and feel you should do from your heart and what it is that you want to chase around after? Are you kind of torn between these two states of action, almost as if there's a kind of fight between your libido and your heart? Something like that that's confusing you because they're so similar. They're cards of action, but maybe they're pulling in different directions. What will this impact be? What is the impact of maintaining this belief? The Hierophant in reverse. Nothing feels quite right. Nothing feels sorted. That your rules for your life that allow you to move forward are in confusion. You're pulling in two directions. It's a bit Gemini, isn't it? Something's not adding up. You don't feel in the right, the rules don't seem to work for you. So you get a great idea, you want to move forward, and it kind of dwindles somehow because something comes in to block it. What can I do to release this belief with the King of Pentacles? Well, the King of Pentacles in reverse is also being capped by the Empress. It's like going with nature King of Pentacles is very in nature. When we see him in the Rider-Waite, he's in a kind of castle surrounded by trees and greenery and all sorts of wonderful things. Here she really is in that. So, but she trusts the natural cycles, and there's a sense of working with nature to help her move things forward, to bring things to fruition. She doesn't feel such a heavy burden, I don't think. She's more authoritative than the King of Pentacles, because even though he's a king, she's got all the queens. So it's a sort of level of trusting nature and cycles that will release you. And what is possible when you do release this belief with the High Priestess in reverse? Oh, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, followed by, wow, the Six of Wands, and then followed by the Ace of Cups. So 2 aces, loving what you do, something real coming in. And the Page of Pentacles with the High Priestess in reverse. It's sort of like going from, you're no longer just sitting there absorbing and understanding, but you can now become excited and act on that. And now I want to know, how can, because the Page of Wands is incredibly excited, he's a really woken up energy. He's not as passive as the, oh wow, talk about not passive. And then we've got the Chariot. So I think this is what gets you going. Then you're on your mission. You're stopping being just an understanding, wise force who gets everything but doesn't act, and you're becoming very, very interested in life, like the Page of Wands is. He's a little bit all over the place, as is this fast energy of the Chariot, but at least you're on your mission. At least you're moving things forward. I mean, the Chariot is being on your path, and where will this take them? Well, we know to these 2 aces and success, and then the Six of Wands, getting out of feeling in rough water into something much calmer, into understanding where you are. It goes with that Six of Wands, that sense of success and justice at the bottom of the pack. So things suddenly being in balance, you setting off in a new way with these 2 aces and this wand, these Six of Wands, being back in love with life, because you're no longer dampening your libido with the Knight of Wands, with this Knight of Cups, that then leaves you all at one. I think you're trusting, because she will have a lot of libido. She's in line with Venus. She's about love and fecundity, but she also is about love of the heart. So it's that kind of trusting that what you really, really love is not going to take you away from your real, is not going to dampen your libido, and your libido isn't going to take away from what you love, because we can create something really properly new here if you can retire this sense of sort of over responsibility and trust that you can have both. And then you're off on your Chariot. Then you start going on your true mission. You will be recognized. Your libido is woken up again, and we get into calmer waters when things might have felt a little bit tricky. I'm now just going to pull you a couple of charms for the end of the reading. What have we got? Oh, a whole handful. So we've got eclipsed moon. So there will be an eclipse cycle coming up. A new moon, which is probably right now, and I think is to do with that new moon, the star. So I think that's you connecting to what it is you really love. The green man, my fave. So somebody maybe is quite involved in nature things. That's kind of making a nod to the Empress to me. So are the mushrooms. Sort of start trusting in nature a bit. And then this symbol, Celtic symbol, trust in ancient ways of nature. That is what's going to get you through. And then you're off on your Chariot. See you again.